Hey guys, this is Treasure back with another video. So let's talk about it today. So our topic is femininity, and I really want to touch on this topic because it's definitely relevant to like everything going on in our world. It's a huge topic that I personally struggled with. So I definitely want to share a lot of what I learned and how I used to embody a lot of masculine traits. And I had to learn how to be more feminine because it wasn't something that was really taught to me. There weren't any examples or things like that that I've seen. So I definitely grew up. And I took in a lot of the social environment that was around me and what I saw other women like my mom and people in the community, friends, things like that. And that was that was how I learned how to be as feminine as I could be. The examples that were around me. I honestly didn't even know femininity or being a feminine woman. I didn't even know that existed. So I definitely want to get into masculine traits that I had to like figure out and get rid of them, and feminine traits that I also acquired. So again, I'm looking over at my notes because I like to write everything down and just be able to have it as a reference because I don't want to miss all the scoop for you guys. So again, my book, The Birth of Treasure, is out, and I definitely am super excited to sorry, that was a tongue twister. But my book is available on Amazon. I'll have the link in the details below. It's a really girly, of course. I love pink, very sexy, just, it's a cool read. And I just go into like what we're going to talk about today, the femininity aspect of being a woman and what that means. So I just want to talk about my personal experience with it, how I used to be, what I learned, things that I did to, change my ways, my not so good ways. And also, again, it's in my book, so definitely look out for this. You can reach it on Amazon. Again, the link will be down below in the description box, so you'll be able to get that info. And I'm super excited. So, femininity, what did that mean? When I started off as an escort, I definitely was a super masculine type of woman. When I got into the world, I started to be more around other women, women that were older than me, who were already in the game, fully equipped, like they knew what was going on, like they were in it. And so it was a process of just paying attention to these types of females, how they are, how they're able to get what they want, using their feminine charm, just like how they dress, how they walk, how they carry themselves, how they have conversation, how they interact. I started to just pay attention to all of that. I paid attention to the girls that were the best, in the game. And yeah, so I learned a lot. I also became cool, to and formed alliances with some females who I felt like, wow. So that also happened too. So I'm just looking at my notes. I'm looking at where should we start. Let me see. Also, I want to say, like, with everything that I'm about to talk about, as far as like my masculine traits, like, and feminine traits, like I'm still learning, I'm still working through things, but let's just get into it. Let's talk about it. So one of the masculine traits that I definitely had, there's like a lot of them, guys. When I was writing down, because I did like, okay, masculine traits, and I wrote down feminine traits, I was like, dang, we got some work to do. So one of the things that I tend to used to do was get angry easily. I would get angry at very small things too. Like the most smallest things that shouldn't bother you would bother me. And I made it a big deal. Very angry, pouty, stubborn, nasty, attitude, pride, ego, just responding with all of that nasty energy to, like, let's say, a loved one or a trusted one, or anyone. Yeah, but usually when you're the people that are closest to you, they see more of that side. So I would say, yeah. So that was something that I always would do. Like, and also, as I think of examples, I'm just gonna like throw them out there also. So with the anger easily, I can't think of one right now, but that was something like, I was just trying to think what was like, and it's so petty. Like the smallest things would make me upset. Okay, another one. Very combative. So I'm gonna just go through the masculine traits first and then like hop over to the feminine traits. So I'm just like looking. It's kind of all over the place, but it's okay. Very combative, super combative. I feel like I always have this need to prove that I'm right, and like that's it. Like I'm going to like just every time you say something, I'm just gonna like have a rebuttal with you, like go, just to get my point across. And looking back now and seeing a lot of how those situations that happened hindered the relationship, like may have set me back, because of super like ego into it and things like that. So it's definitely something that I am still working on today, but also like I would say it definitely has to do with being triggered. Like I think sometimes when you're having a conversation with someone, you like they can just say the right thing, you know what I'm saying? And it just like pushes your buttons and boom, you're going off. You have to like defend yourself, like the defense mechanism is coming up. And then also like, yeah. So very combative, anger easily. Also like I would listen, let's say if me and a person are just having a conversation and they're just saying their spiel about what they feel, that what I did wrong. Like I wouldn't listen to understand what they're saying. I would just listen to just like go crazy and go off just to prove my point. Not very nice. Especially if you love the person. Like let's find other ways to communicate, and let's find ways, even if we're disagreeing, to like still be on the same page, one-on-one connected, right? So these are clearly not ways to handle situations, disagreements, things like that. So moving on. Independent. Oh my gosh, this is a really, really big one. Oh my goodness. Okay. So one of the biggest things that I learned, that if you truly want to be a team player, the team has to be in harmony, period, point blank, right? So I always used to just ride solo, do my own thing, be by myself, just move how I want to, not worried about anyone else. I don't have kids or anything like that, it's just me, right? So I always like had embodied that energy of I don't need anyone, I don't need anyone's help, I can do bad all by I can do it all on my own, I don't really need anyone. That was the attitude I had strongly. And honestly, when I tried to become a team player, I started to realize I kept hitting a wall, because that independent mentality was the reason why like I wasn't a great team player. Simple. And if you're not a great team player, people don't want you on their team, and you just it just won't work, because like you're the problem. So I was definitely the problem. So yeah, very assertive. Another thing, super assertive. I think that there are ways to get your point across, definitely being honest, right? But at least for me, right? Being honest, being direct, but also being mindful of how you deliver. I think, in my personal opinion, anyone that is being honest and direct, regardless of their tone and delivery, I can handle it, because I know that person's looking out, and that may just be their best and only way to deliver and show that. And it may come off in tough love form, So I can handle that, and I get that. As for me, I'm always going to be honest. I just think that's just best. I just also don't like to be super harsh with the delivery if it doesn't need to come out that way. So I think that's one of the things that I learned, you can say what you want. Also, not everything needs to be said. That was another thing. Just like shooting bullets, you know, like you, this, right? All of that. So it's like, you know, be mindful of the things you say, how you say it, who you're speaking to, who's around you, things like that. I also used to be very cold, like cold-hearted, especially towards men. And I'll definitely get into a video about like my relation with men and intimacy and things like that and things that I've gone through. And also it's in the book. So definitely, again, purchase the book, The Birth to Treasure, Navigating the Sex World by Treasure the Stallion. That's me. And yes, go get it. It has juicy scoops. And I'm just giving you guys snippets of like what's going on, you know? So definitely get it. I'm super excited. Let's talk about it. Okay, so very cold towards men. I used to be very cold, non-affectionate, non-intimate, and that had a lot to do with the childhood trauma that I carried on, and it made me distant towards men. So I was never like, you know, gentle, nurturing. To be honest, I never even spent time around men. I was always by myself. I was like that girl I went to school, did my thing, and went home. I didn't really go out. I wasn't really, you know, so I feel like that also played a role. And that's to why it was really tricky to, like, when I started getting into this world, where it was a little bit challenging for me to align myself with the work, if that makes sense. Yeah, because I was just super cold. And I feel like in this industry that I was in, yeah, you can't be that way. Like, you're not gonna make any money. I'm gonna just be honest. You're not gonna make money if you're cold towards men. They don't like that, you know? Like, you gotta be nice and sweet and gentle. All of these things that I wasn't. So I'm coming into this world and I'm like, oh, dang. And it's uncomfortable because it's like I'm not used to it. I'm like, dang. But then the more I started like getting open to it, I started making more money. Just saying. So also another thing, like what I used to wear, I swear when I went to the ranch and I like put my time in, right, I felt like it was like girls' school, like sex appeal, how to learn how to have sex appeal as a woman, feminist, like girl 101, like not even girl, women's class 101 type of thing for me, because like I used to, like, I didn't even know what a G-string was. I didn't know what lace was. I didn't know what a lingerie was. I didn't know about these girly things because, you know, prior to this, like, I was in sports, so all I knew was just sneakers, leggings, t-shirts, shorts, hair up in a ponytail. Wasn't really entertaining the men like that. So I didn't really need to put on a nice lingerie or a red lace bra or something with matching panties. So yeah, your girl was just not in like La La Land. And then I come to escort world, and it really, really taught me how to be more feminine. You know, because being masculine and embodying that masculine energy, unless that's the style of entertainer you are, and that's like something else. But given what within the realm of what I'm talking about, generally, you know, you want to be sweet and all of those girly feminine things that men love, they crave it, right? So also another bad masculine, I don't want to say bad, but just like I felt like it was super hard because I feel like as a female we should pamper ourselves, have self-care, you know, just take the time, like take care of your skin, take care of your health and your fitness, you know, your mental, your spiritual, you know, tapping in, being good with you. I think like those are so important as a person, as a human being, and also as a woman, you know, to take the time to do that. I never used to do that. I would be super hard, wouldn't relax, wouldn't take time to just have peace and be still, you know. And I didn't know that at the time, like these were masculine traits that I was embodying. And now I'm like, you know, in this world, and I'm learning all the feminine stuff. Like, so let's like hop on to feminine traits that I acquired. So one of the biggest things is I'm much more calm. I used to be very like combative, super combative, get angry easily. as soon as I heard something, just automatically assuming, oh, this is what the person means, this is what they're talking about, like, I'm done with you, I'm done with it, not even giving them the time of, like, the chance, you know. Now I find that I'm much more calm. I like to, like, listen more, understand, really hear the other person before I throw my projection or deflection or opinion or ego. I like to just come with a balanced, like, spirit with everything, whether it's a great thing or if it's not a not so great thing. And especially when it's a not so great thing, I like to be even more calm, because when I'm not that, I make crazy bad decisions. Like, no. So I noticed, like, that is something that a great trait that I'm still working on, but it's definitely saved me a lot of silly things from happening, you know. And another thing, listening to myself, listening to my body. I believe that my body guides me. So that is also something through meditation. I like to sage, burn incense, burn candles, play background music, you know, and meditate in that way. So, like, that gives me an opportunity to just tap in and just into my womanhood, you know, just me, like, what's going on? Let's get balanced. Let's get straight for the day. So I feel like that's super important. It's something that has changed my life completely when I really started doing that, right? I'm looking at my notes, guys. Boundaries. I'm not gonna get too much into it. And again, like, I'm just giving you guys snippets, just tips, pointers. Like, I talk more into detail about this in my book for sure. But yes, I wanted to give you some flavor, some sauce. Like, what are you buying, right? So let me just tap into that. So listening, having boundaries, that was another big thing. I definitely struggled with that before I became an escort. And becoming an escort, I'm telling you, I think people have their own perception of it. But for myself, it really, like, allowed me to become like I don't know, more aware of just myself. And my boundaries is, like, another thing that I really, like, developed through that process. And now, like, after the fact, now that I've moved on from like living at the ranch and working there and things like that, like, I am, like, stern about certain things, you know. I'm just like, no, okay, let me think about that, let me get back to you, you know, because I used to be, like, just saying yes to everything, not checking in with myself, just, you know. So always just being yes, like a yes man, you know. Yeah, that doesn't work. So now it's like, listen, I'm gonna get back to you, let's talk about it. I don't know yet, or just no, you know. Much more patient. I'm definitely much more patient, more kind. Yeah, I used to be mean. Oh my gosh. It's funny, but it's, like, not, because I see how, like, it held me back from being a really good team player, because my ego was so all into it. And it's like, you cannot have your ego into anything like that if you're trying to be a team player. So I had to just get it together or get lost. You got to learn, right? So I definitely have a sweet element to me for sure. Empathetic, caring. Like, I can honestly say, like, I do have those things more for sure. Especially if I care about you. Like, I want to make sure you're good. Like, I'm pouring all into that. Even if I'm networking or just having a connection out wherever it is that I'm at, like, being kind to people, you know, you just never know what someone else is going through, and you might make a statement that, or a comment or remark that really just makes their day. You may end up bumping into heads with someone, and just off of you being kindness and genuine, like, it can be a connection for a job or something, you know, like, that, things like that have happened to me. So it really does pay off to just be sweet, caring, feminine. So those are more of, like, qualities and traits, right? I also want to just, like, tap into, and we're gonna, like, end the video very soon, into, like, wardrobe and attire, because that also plays a part, because men are very visual, so what they see, you know, plays a huge role. And girls and guys, whoever's watching, all of y'all, like, I'm still learning so many ways to you know, enhance my beauty, you know, try different hair colors, makeup, lipstick, lip gloss, jewelry, nail colors, nail designs, shoes, heels, boots, you know, like V-neck tops, different types of dresses, short, long, things that compliment me. Like I never used to like to wear earrings, but it's like, you see, it's like feminine. It's like really like, why not? You know, I used to just wear hats, you know, with whatever, my wig or whatever I was wearing, my sew-in, and just sneakers and socks and just going to practice, going to class, you know. But now it's like, you know, I see the importance of just, and I'm not saying every day you have to get dolled up, you have to do your makeup, like you're going out, you know, just a light brush. Like for me personally, I love to always have my eyebrows done and my eyelashes done. If I don't have those two things done, I'm probably in my workout zone, you know, so that definitely plays a role. Or I'm just like really like, you know, homebodying it up and just not caring, right? But for the most part, I do like to have my lashes done and my eyebrows done always, even if I have a bare face. Like to me, that's just like everything. And now it's like, you know, put on some lip gloss if you're going out, you know, even if you're going to the store, if you're going to Walmart, whatever, put some lip gloss on, you know. That's it, you know. You don't gotta like go all crazy. But I'm just mindful of like what I put on, regardless of where I'm going. Just how to add a feminine touch to it, softer colors. I used to have like wear black all the time, and now that world changed me. And I like to wear like different colors, soft pink, baby blue, different outfits, like, you know. So it was super fun. It was very fun for me to like play around with that. Like that was something that I got to do, and it allowed me to just be more feminine, just have more fun and play with it. And I'm still playing with it. So it's a beautiful thing. It's definitely a learning, especially if you weren't trained and brought up to be a feminine woman. It's definitely something that like you can still learn if you want to, and embody. Like you can still do it regardless. It does take work, and you will realize like, dang, I have all of these male traits. Like it's a lot of work. So we're gonna wrap it up. I wanted to just say one last thing. So I named like a lot of masculine traits and a lot of feminine traits. I really hope you guys got that. But if I had to pick, because like I said, I'm still a work in progress. I'm not perfect. Still learning, blooming, blossoming, glowing up. So obviously there's still masculine traits like that I still have to work on. So like, let me, like, what would it be, right? I found, because it came out the other day, and I thought I handled this one. And I said it earlier, but combative. I'm still a little combative. And I think now it's not so much what the individual is saying, like the message. It's like, I noticed that in just the other day, like the tone, like the delivery and the tone set me off. And I immediately like went back off on the person. And they were like, you're being very combative. And I was like, ooh, I'm doing it again. So I definitely had to work on that because, again, sometimes people may mean well, but their delivery is like harsh. You know, like some people who have podcasts these days, and they may be saying real stuff and it could be harsh and you get in your feelings, you know, and you just lash out. So I would say that's like one of the things that I have to work on more. And then another thing, I feel like I could be much more gentler, like sweeter, affectionate. I can be more of that. And I'm definitely like putting in the work. Okay, so you guys, thank you for watching my video. It's definitely the longest video I've made up to date, but it's okay because we're learning all about Treasure and Treasure's life, Treasure's world. I'm so excited for you guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. And if you have any questions, comments, remarks, my info's down there. You can always drop a comment, hit the like button and the subscribe button. Also my book, my beautiful book. So yes, let's get to it. And until next time, we'll talk about it. Bye.